if you're having a bad day, then stick with me in this video because I want to share with you about my own day and how I was dealing with things that didn't really go my way. And if you're watching this video, this is my second time recording this video because the first time I recorded the video, I was about 10 minutes into the video and I realized my microphone was turned off and there was no sound recording. So, welcome to my day. Welcome to this video. If you don't know my name or me or my channel, my name is Martin and I really want to share with you. Sorry, I'm laughing because this is so funny. Like, it's so ridiculously funny that this is the topic today about having like a shitty day. And then I'm recording the video, and in that moment, the sound is off. So this actually made my day right now. But if you're watching this, my name is Martin, and what I do here with this channel is I share about my experiences. I share about my learnings, my lessons of and from life, with the hope that I inspire you to take charge of your own life, to stop focusing on what other people think and say and kind of like live up to their expectations, but that you decide for yourself how you want to live, who you want to be, and just unapologetically and without holding back, go for it. And today's topic, before I get into it, please subscribe left or right. I don't know where this button is. I will never figure it out because I love it. I love not knowing the side of the button, but just press it wherever it pops up. Let yourself be surprised. I think it's in the right corner on your computer or your phone, but on my computer, I don't know which side it's on. But hit the surprise button, yeah, the subscribe button, and it would mean the world to me. This is like a pretty new channel, and every subscription matters because I really want to inspire as many people as possible to share some positivity, but not like in a fake kind of way, but positivity in a way where it's like, where I also encourage you that if you feel like shit, that it's absolutely okay. And this is really what this video is about today. How to deal with shitty situations, shitty days, and how you can be absolutely okay with that. So, I really have to try now to use fresh energy creating this video and sharing and not trying to remember what I tried to say in the previous take where the audio was not recorded. So what I was sharing, I didn't share it. Well, what I was wanting to share, which didn't work, was how my day kind of went from a low to a high to a low to now a high through creating that video as well. So when I woke up, I was like, I had an appointment scheduled, a coaching at 9 a.m. And I was like, Martin, why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you scheduling an appointment at 9 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday? And then I told myself, well, because first of all, you love your job, and because based on so many, like right now, I have so many coachings that my days are packed. Like yesterday, I left my house at, I think it was 7:30 in the morning. No, 7 in the morning because my first coaching was at 8 and my last coaching was done at 7:30 at night. And I had a 45-minute lunch break in between. So those are pretty much right now my days. And Saturdays, I sometimes have to schedule appointments as well. Otherwise, I don't have enough time during the week. But that's absolutely okay because I just love it and I have so much energy when I work with people on changing and transforming their lives. And right now it's a busy time, but I know in summer it will be different. So there's like always more intensive times or intense times, and there are times where it's a little bit slower and where it just go a little bit more chill. And I was like, yeah, that's why you work today in the morning at 9 a.m. So I got up and when I did the coaching, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. And then I had another appointment where I got my eyebrows done. And then I was really in a good mood, in a very good mood. And then I came home. I took a nap. I woke up and I felt moody. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I suddenly, like, I took a nap and now I feel weird. And emotions came up. Right before I fell asleep, started to rain. I was like, oh, I love like those spring, early summer kind of rain showers. It's just amazing. And I fell asleep and then I woke up and I was just like, what's going on in my life? And I also thought a lot about, or more about, my ex. And if you've seen my previous videos, I shared quite a few times already about the um, from the beginning of the year when my relationship ended. Sorry if you saw me look down. I was just looking if my audio is recording still because I don't want to record twice without audio. I did a check before I started this video now, but I'm like, just to make sure. Anyway, so I thought about my ex a little bit more, and in the beginning of the year, I went through a pretty rough breakup. Rough, not in a way because we were like parting ways in a bad way or anything, but rough because I had so much hopes for this relationship, and I really, really like that person. I still do. And for me, I finally gave myself kind of the okay that I still have those feelings and that I still have those thoughts, that they come back once in a while. And there's a couple of things this week that happened, not externally, but internally, that kind of triggered also a few emotions and thoughts. But it was a very, very important time for me also for like like moving forward, like the next step for me. And when I so crazy, like when I was about to say what I'm going to say next, I was like, didn't I just say that? But I think that's the previous video. Um, okay, I'm going to stop mentioning the previous video. All right, so every time I walk out my door from where I live, if I go right, left, or straight ahead, there's always a spot, like all three spots are, there's memories, good memories that I have with my ex. And so no matter where I go, there's always like, I usually, every time I go there, I think about that moment when I first met my ex, when we were on our first date, etc. And usually, very often, especially when I go to the train station, there's when I walk out my door about like 30 seconds after, I pass the spot where I first saw him for the first date where I first saw him. And usually I'm like yesterday, I was thinking about when is the time gonna come when I stop thinking about first meeting him there. And I've been kind of trying to suppress the thoughts and distract myself and find something else to think about, or like something to distract myself. But it's kind of like, don't think about a brown or green spider and think of a blue spider instead, and don't think about the blue spider, and then you might not think about the blue spider, but the pink spider, where it's like, okay, suppression doesn't work, especially not with suppressing our thoughts. No matter if it's thoughts or emotions, suppression never works long term. They always come back one way or another. And usually stronger, more intense, and like even overwhelming. And today was different, which was very interesting. Like in the morning, I left for my appointment, and then about halfway to that spot that I mentioned was like a few seconds out. And I was like, ooh, the spot is coming up, and I was almost like, again, trying to suppress the thought or the memory. And then I was like, okay, that's it. Martin, Don't try to change your thought. Don't try to distract yourself. Think about it. If you want to think about it, think about it. If it's forever, that every time you pass that spot, you think about that memory, it's fine. Stop suppressing it. Stop trying to ignore it. Stop trying to distract yourself. Guess what? A minute later, I realized that after giving myself permission to think that thought, it left. And when I passed that specific spot, I didn't think about my ex or the memory. And I was like, that is the first time since the breakup. So it's been 5 months. And it's the first time I passed that spot not thinking about him. And how that is connected to today's topic, you might ask. Very simple. I gave myself permission to just think and feel whatever came up in that moment. And I think in today's day and age, especially when it comes to self-development, to spirituality, to healing, self-growth, like all those kind of things, so often what people teach is kind of like, change your thoughts, focus on something different. And I'm like, bullshit. Yes, that works in specific situations, like especially if it's more of a more of, wow, now my light is going off. Okay, I'm gonna turn on another light here. Woo, that is bright. All right, I hope it's still so my technical stuff today. Okay, but I think my battery on my computer at least is still charged, so everything's fine. All right, so when it comes um, to yeah, I lost my train of thoughts. Wow. So, but I love what's happening. I love what's happening. In the past, I would have worried about like, oh my God, like this is happening in my video, and this is happening. No audio. The ring light going out. Forgetting about what I just wanted to say because I was distracted by the technical stuff. The reason I love it because it's a real life example of today's topic. Because it's really all about that, like there's always something that's going on. There's always things that are unexpected or where you're like, oh my God, why? Why now? Why me? The thing is, those thoughts usually prevent us from feeling different, from focusing on something different because we are like, oh my God, why me? I do not want to feel this way. I don't want to think about this kind of thing. And while you're saying that, you are reaffirming it and you are getting more into it than if you just let it be and say, okay, whatever. In the past, I would have probably maybe even thought about starting over or like cutting the video or whatever, like, or just be frustrated and be like, oh my God, like everything is just going wrong today. Maybe I'm not supposed to create or create this video. And I'm like, I love it. I love that this is happening right here, right now, because I can show you how I react to those things. And no, this is not staged. Like, I know I'm an actor. It shows here, like New York. I studied acting in New York, and I've been an actor for 15 years now or more. And I learned so much throughout my life, but I've never been as chill as I've been in the past few months, especially. And I think the breakup helped me so much to just not give a fuck about so many things. Like even saying that not give a fuck. Like in the past, I would have been scared. Like, oh my God, what are people going to think and say? And like people might reject me or dislike my video for saying that or whatever. And I'm like, if that's all they got out of the video and that message, then okay. But I'm not going to let that have an effect on how I see myself and dictate that, like, have that dictate myself, my sense of self worth. And the kind of chill way of going through life, it's not about not caring, but it's about not taking everything so freaking seriously. Like, we take so many things way too serious, and the things that are serious, we don't even look at. What I mean by that is we focus so much on what other people think. We focus so much on external things that are happening, worry so much, overthink, try to suppress, try to distract ourselves. When the things that really matter, that are really serious, is about how we feel, who we are, how we talk to ourselves, how we show up in life, how we talk and treat or talk to and treat other people. Those are things that matter the most, and those are the things that we focus on the least. You're so focused on making other people happy, pleasing other people, worrying about money, worrying about this, worrying about that. But what does that worry really create? Even more worry, more negative emotions. In the past, I've been in situations, there were times where I didn't know how I'm going to pay for food. I didn't know how I'm going to be able to pay for my apartment. I had to borrow money. I had to ask for money to be able to do those kind of things and afford those kind of things. There were times where every month I got letters and letters saying there's a late fee on a bill because I wasn't able to pay for it. For so long I was so worried about it and struggled so much with that. And at one point I was like, you know what? I'm alive. And the only thing I can do is my best. And my best today might not be the same as my best yesterday. And at the same time, it might be a different best than my best tomorrow. But I started embracing that every day is different. And what really matters is showing up as myself, showing up as who I truly am. And there are days where I feel like I'm not quite myself, but that's also who I am in that moment. And today that really, really helped me because I was like, okay, I've after the nap and when I woke up, well, a nap, it was a couple hours. When I woke up and I was just feeling weird, I was like, okay, I didn't want to create a video. I mean, I'm saying that a lot. Why? Maybe I shouldn't mention that so many times that I don't want to create the video. But in the end, every time I do create, like once I start, I love it. It gives me so much positive energy, and I'm like, I know exactly why I'm doing it when I do it. So, another thing that is now coming up is like very often we don't do specific things or certain things because of how we feel in the moment compared to thinking about and remembering the thing that we in that moment don't want to do. But if we remembered how good we feel while we are doing it or when we're done with it, then we would just go ahead and do it. And that's one of the things that I learned for quite a few things in my life, that when I don't feel like doing them, I really listen honestly to myself and say, okay, am I just too lazy? Am I just feeling a little bit like I don't have much energy? And is it really like me talking myself out of it? And if I just did it, then I know that I will feel proud of myself, that feel amazing, or I feel a little bit lighter? Or is it because I'm like, I am listening to my intuition and right now is absolutely not the day for it? And with the videos, for example, every time when I feel or think I don't want to do it, it's never because of the video itself. It's always because of either because I'm like, I'm just exhausted, I'm a little bit lazy, I'm overthinking it, thinking I'm not inspired enough, like self worth, self doubt coming in, And, but then I go for it and I'm like, I just love it. It's just so much fun. I mean, the amount of fun I had, like, with this video, because it didn't work, it's just, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous and funny at the same time. And, like, I would have never imagined that if I had to restart a video after 10 minutes of recording, that I would just have fun with that. That's so far from who I used to be in the past, where everything was just, I was just serious about things. And now I'm seriously unserious, like I just take it with more ease. And of course, there are certain days where that does not work. Believe me, there's a lot of days where that kind of mindset is far from even coming to mind. But what I've learned really is to take every day as a new day. And even when I feel like, oh my God, this is just repeating itself and it's just like the same thoughts, the same emotions, the same situations over and over again. But every day is new. Every day is different. Every day has the potential to be life changing. If you just look at the people or like specific situations in your life, either positive or negative, the day before they happened usually were just the same day as any other day. The day before I met my ex, for example, I would have never imagined that. I I mean, we were talking online, but I was like, yeah, had that before and we never met, so I didn't think of it like that, or I didn't read too much into it. But then it happened and we met and I was like, wow. Like that really was my first thought when I saw him for the first time. I was like, wow. And the day before that was just like another day in my life, and I just enjoyed my life in that at that point. And the same with negative things, like when the relationship ended. The day before was just like any other day within that relationship, and I was just happy and in love, and then it ended. So, in positive and negative experiences, before life changes, sometimes even dramatically or drastically, it just, it you wouldn't have known. So every day has the potential to change your life, for minor things to change around. And I always say, like, I grew up with the saying, um, well, in German it says Kleinvieh macht auch viel Mist, which means even small animals make a lot of shit. So it's like even the small things added up over time makes something big out of it. And that's what life is really about, the small moments. The small moments that become, like, combined, make the big whole in that sense. The Not the whole in an empty kind of way, but to make it whole. So, wow, when you want to say something profound and then you realize the word has two different meanings and it would mean the opposite. Anyways, it's really about the mindset or the attitude you have about life. And the sooner you can accept that every day has new potential, And there are days where you just don't feel like getting up, don't feel like doing anything. But the sooner you give yourself the okay that you don't have to change anything. I think today it's so much about like, oh, you have to change, you have to do this, you have to do that. How can I get myself to get into a better mood? How about you stop trying so hard? How about you just say, whatever I just feel, whatever is in my thoughts, in my mind, let it just be there, not judging it, not questioning it, not also not focusing too much on it, like giving it all of your attention, but just say it's there. It's kind of like your underwear, it's there. Do you think about it all day long? Probably not. I know, weird example, but still, um, yeah, it's really about not giving it attention or not too much attention and just be okay that it's there. It's like Bob Proctor says, mental activity does not constitute thinking. And in this case, what that really means is there's a lot of mental activity going on all day, every day. But don't identify with it. Don't think that this is all of who you are. Take it a little bit more lightly. And I know that's easier said than done, probably, in most cases, because we're like, how should I take it lightly? It feels so heavy. But exactly that's how to just say, okay, it feels heavy. I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to try to push it away. I'm not going to try to be or do anything different. I just observe it. And that's what I did today when I before I recorded this video for the first time. I went for a walk and I talked to my mom for a longer period of time, for like over an hour. And I talked to her about what's been going on and like the thoughts I had. And I was like, it's really about just observing. And then that was really the moment where I started observing or observing more and say, oh wow, that, like, how am I feeling? And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to have memories come up. It's okay to think about my ex. So whatever you are going through, it's okay that you're thinking about it, that you might feel shitty about it, that you might feel heartbroken about it. It's absolutely okay. The more we focus on changing what's going on right now, the less likely it will change. And I know this is such a different kind of thought than, or a school of thought than what most people share out there. What a rhyme. On the internet. I don't know what's going on today. I'm like, right now I'm such in a good mood, in a very light mood, and all of that just basically because of the audio. And I'm going to stop mentioning that now. But really, that changing my attitude around that, it just brightened my day. It's so interesting. And that's really, you can like throughout the whole video, probably you can see how, even though I mentioned it a few times, like how my energy is also completely different in that way. It's I I could have I could have talked myself into such a negative state, but I'm very light about it. And I think in today's day and age, with all the self-help, it's so important to create the awareness that as long as you're trying to change what's going on right now in this very second, in this very moment, it's not possible. Yes, you can plan ahead for the future and say, you know what, this life around me, like the way I live, it sucks. I don't want to live that way. This has to go. For the future, you can make a plan to change. You can create a vision. You can start planning out your day differently, etc. But that's the future. It's always the future. It cannot be right now, where you're like, now I'm going to think different. Okay, good luck. Yes, you can start focusing on different thoughts in the next few minutes, in 10 seconds from now, but in that very moment, it was impossible. Because once you think about like a different thought, the thought that you had before was already there. The same with emotions. You can, well, thoughts, emotions, habits, like beliefs, it goes for everything pretty much. We can change it over time, of course. But the kind of prerequisite is that you are in this present moment, are okay with what's going on, that you're okay with not being okay. And here also, it's very similar to acceptance. I mean, it is acceptance, but it's not condoning. It's not like, oh, great, I love having like, a shitty day. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying like to condone something that is not okay, but that you say, I accept it. I accept that this is happening, because acceptance is nothing else than asking yourself, can I change it? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, okay, then go ahead and change it. But if you say, well, the answer is no, I cannot change it, well, you can think about it, you can talk yourself into negative or more negative like emotion, like, oh, I cannot accept it, I will not accept, but that usually creates so much resistance, so much more pressure, that it will be less likely to change than if you just said, I cannot change it, this sucks, but hey, what can I do to go about it? How can I deal with this? Because then it's not a reaction, it's a response. So if you're having a shitty day today, welcome to the club. Well, I don't have a shitty day. I didn't have a shitty day. I had an okay-ish day, but not like the best of the best, but also not the worst of the worst. So I'd say I'm like right there in the middle. But if you had a shitty day, then it's okay. Give yourself the okay that whatever you feel, that you feel it. Give yourself the okay that you are just observing it, not identifying with your thoughts, not identifying with your emotions. And give yourself the okay that tomorrow, it's a new day. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. I mean, there's so many songs out there that talk about life, and if we just followed a few simple things, few simple lyrics of certain songs, they give us so many answers about life. But yeah, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, and anything can happen if we are open for it. And I'm gonna send you a lot of love, a big hug. I'm gonna give you two again today. I gave you two yesterday. I'm gonna give you two today as well. I'm gonna give you a hug now, and if you stay until the end, I'm gonna give you another hug. Promise. Pinky swear. Anyways, give yourself the okay to not be okay, and give yourself the okay to just be you, be authentically you. Like today, this is me. I'm a little bit, I don't know, like weird, but I love it. It's part of who I am, and I love this side about me as well. For a long time, I always tried to suppress it and be like, oh, be more professional, like especially when you present yourself online, you want to work with people as a coach, so be serious. And I'm like, that's not me. Like this is the way I'm also like in my coachings. Like I bring a lot of humor and uh, all kinds of different aspects of me into the coaching sessions, and I I mean, I have so much success with it. Why would I change it? Why would I not do that just because most people out there don't think it's a good idea to do that? For me, it works, and for the clients I've been working with, it transformed their lives to when we work together. So it works, and I love it. And in this video, you got a glimpse of that because this is also part of who I am, how I'm, my personality, and actually, I really love this. And um, if you stayed until this point of the video, I appreciate you. I'm sending you again a lot of love, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. Like, how are you dealing with shitty days when you feel like, oh, this is not the day, this is not it? How do you deal with it? Share in the comments because I really feel like if we share, if we support each other, we can change the world. And if not the whole world, but at least someone else's world. So every comment counts. I've seen it many times where when people shared that other people got inspired and they gave them hope, they gave them some kind of ease as well, that and especially the feeling that they're not alone. So this is my gift kind of from me to you, that you feel like you're not alone. I'm here right with you. That's why I'm sharing so openly and authentically and vulnerably about so many things in my life, because I want you to know that you're not alone. Because I've been there in my life. I've been there a long, dark time where I just felt alone, where I just felt like I wasn't seen. Not because I didn't have anyone, I had great friends and family as well who supported me, but I focused on different aspects of life or different people where I was trying to get their attention, and I kind of lost focus of what really is important. And that's why for a long time I felt alone. And I mean, I got bullied in school and was rejected by people. I got emotionally abused by an ex a few years ago. So I went through quite some dark moments in my life, and there were moments where I just felt alone, where I also didn't share certain things with other people until sometime later. And I know also that there are people out there who really don't have anyone. And even though this is just virtual, but I want you to know that you're not alone. I'm here for you. I'm here with you. And if there's ever a time where you just feel everything is too much, please reach out to me. No strings attached, just a conversation between two souls. So don't ever feel like you're alone. I'm here and I love you. All right, if you like this video, please drop a like, a comment, share it with people that you think this could also inspire and help them in whatever they're going through, any dark moments they might be experiencing right now. Share it, share the love. And yeah, if you're not subscribed, please do so. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I love you. And as promised, another big, big